You're watching us live on location at the Money Show Toronto, and now we're joined by Susan Malin. She's the Vice President of Financial Planning at Steinberg Wealth Management based in Toronto, and she's here to talk about the importance of financial planning. Susan, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thank you very much.
So, what is the importance of financial planning in the life of an independent investor? How crucial is it?
Financial planning to me is the cornerstone of everything financial. It is the living document that encompasses everything financial in someone's life, from their liquid assets, their government benefits, their fixed assets, their kids, their estate planning, their businesses. Everything goes into a financial plan. The power in that is it allows people to get a very good idea of where they are, the clarity that they can obtain, and where that financial plan is likely to take them in the future, because financial planning is about forecasting. So we forecast tax burdens, we forecast income longevity, how much income is sustainable, where the money should be drawn from once someone is retired. So which bucket should the money come from, whether it's a registered account or a non-registered account, in the most tax efficient manner. And so it allows people who are, let's say they are retired, to have less stress, know exactly where they're going, and that everything is taken care of.
So, financial planning sounds very ominous. It sounds like a very cumbersome task. How do you get started?
How does a client get started? Well, you can start at any age. I just did a financial plan for my 19-year-old daughter, and she thought it was very fun, but teaching people at a young age, obviously it only took me 10 minutes to do that kind of financial plan. I find there's about 5 very critical stages in someone's life where a financial plan gives them the most benefit. And that is 5 years or so before retirement. As soon as the retirement bug goes in your ear and you're kind of putting a future age of when you want to retire, that is one of the most important parts of a financial plan, because at least the plan can say, you know what, you are on track to retire exactly when you want, or maybe it's sooner. And if it's later, a good financial planner will be able to give you a strategy to reach the goal that you actually want. Another stage is just at retirement. So you are now, let's say, retired. Where's all the money going to come from that you're going to live on? It's very stressful. I've noticed in the past when I've transitioned pre-retired clients into retirement, the change of life, the not working anymore, and they've been saving money all these years, and now suddenly they are unsaving. It's a very strange phenomenon. I've noticed it for a lot of people. But anyways, for them, it's about a strategy of where's the money coming from, which buckets is it going to come from, how long is it going to last, what do they need to worry about, and what shouldn't they worry about. It's about stress relief in a lot of ways. Another time that's very important is halfway into retirement, when they're transitioning from, let's say, a very active lifestyle of retirement to something different. Maybe they're spending the same amount of money, but they're spending it differently, such as long-term care, assisted living. That's an important time too. When you need to do an estate plan, everybody should have a will. That's only a small part of estate planning. Other types of estate planning is trying to maximize the tax efficiency of it, whether you need to have a lot of privacy, which could include some trusts, whether you need to reduce probate fees, which is now called administrative tax on your estate. Who do you want your estate to go to, and how can it flow in the easiest way possible? And then, of course, I think financial planning is a living document. So anybody who I do financial planning with, they get updated every year. There's too many variables and what-if scenarios that go in a financial plan. I need to keep it real, and the only way I can do that is by checking it every single year.
Right. What are the key ingredients of a good financial plan?
You put everything in the financial plan. Everything. It's not enough to just do a retirement income calculation or how much will this asset grow. A real financial plan needs to incorporate not only your liquid assets and your fixed assets and other sources of income, but it needs to incorporate what you want. What are your desires? And everybody's unique. So sometimes you have US, Canadian dual citizens, and that's a different type of financial planning. Sometimes you have second husbands and stepkids and things like that, and estate planning becomes a little bit more complex. But in general, have everything in there, make sure it's working together, make sure the data that you put in is accurate so that the data that comes out gives you a very, very good indication of where you're heading. And if you don't like where you're heading, this is the time to say, okay, let's strategize how to get you to where you need to go. So maybe there's a little bit of work to do.
Susan, wonderful insights. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.